Okay, so here's the deal. You guys remember the video I put up very recently of me going and getting two-way SLI, #1 scores on 3D Mark? Gamers Nexus has thrown down the gauntlet. He has beaten my score in TimeSpy Extreme. There it is right there. We'll put it up there. But look, the Canadian Jayztwocents, we still don't know why it says Canada. Even 3D Mark doesn't know. But Gamers Nexus has beat me by over 300 points. We can't have that. That is not acceptable. That is not going to fly with me. Because I've talked a lot of smack, so I've got to back it up. So here's what we came up with. Pretty simple. I threw it together in my spare time. Let's take a quick look at what we did here, and then let's see if we can't take back the leaderboard. Before Paul and Kyle even get their foot in the race, we are going to be at the finish line. Me and Steve, probably. And Paul and Kyle, they're good too. EVGA offers a full range of components including video cards, motherboards, power supplies, cases, and peripherals. Regardless of your needs, EVGA is sure to have you covered. To see what EVGA can do for your next build, head to evga.com. So here's what I came up with. Just sort of all the things I've put together in the past all kind of came to one giant solution here. We've got the air conditioner, we've got the box fan, we've got the 480 rads, we've got my custom water-cooled reference design 2080 Ti. And if you guys watch our last video, you'll see how we kind of messed around with that. But I have paired it with an EVGA XC Ultra, which is, so I've got two matched cards, which is definitely gonna help. And I don't feel bad saying that we've got some extra sauce in here. We're saucing. Steve used shunt mods, so I don't feel bad pulling out all the stops and going with software modding. Now, if you watch a video long enough, or you watch my channel long enough, you guys remember the 780 cards I had, 780s? Those were custom hacked BIOS and all that stuff. Let's just say there's a little bit of old school flavor in these cards, which should give me the edge. The moment Steve went with the shunt mod, all bets were off. This is war. Now, a little bit of quick background on this beef real quick. This is a friendly beef. We are friends. This is all in good fun because we all know the real overclockers like DeBauer and Vince Kingpin and Slinky PC, and all of them are gonna get their LN2 setups going soon, and we are just going to fall off the top 10 pretty quickly, so we're enjoying this while we can. Also too, while Steve was doing his live stream, technically last night, he beat my score. And I had a score that could beat his, but then he beat it by so much I had to come into the studio, so I actually drove in late last night, half sleep, fatigued. I was actually running a 5 gigahertz overclock, 5.1 for a little while actually, overclock on the CPU, pushing 1.5 volts. The CPU is hooked up to the air conditioner and the quad rad, so it was staying plenty cool during the 3D Mark test. Any other CPU test would have just overheated it. So I came in, I flipped on the system and then immediately shut off, and it dawned on me I forgot to turn on my pump, because my pump is this guy right here being powered by an external power supply that I forgot to turn on. I overheated it so badly, so quickly, that it actually shut off before it even got to the splash screen. And ever since then, I have not been able to get anywhere near the overclocks I had before, because I'm pretty sure I killed some transistors with the instant heat that it saw, which means that it's no longer an amazing overclocker. That was a golden chip, and I killed it. Steve, you flustered me enough to where you made me degrade and damage my CPU. So we are at a disadvantage today already. I'm gonna say that right now. We are going for combined score on that leaderboard, and because the CPU is not giving me the scores I was before, I've got to make up for it with graphics, and I'm hoping this setting or this setup will do that. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of run our first test, see what the figures are, what the numbers are. I'm not gonna go through all the settings that we're doing on this. I'm gonna be tweaking things like system memory, CPU, obviously the CPU specs, mesh voltages, mesh ratios, all that stuff, a whole nother video that you would not be able to get through today. And we are gonna be trying to find our sweet spot between RAM on the GDDR6 as well as Core, because the max speeds are not always the fastest speeds. So let's go ahead and see what we come up with. Okay, so that's not gonna work. I mean, my original score was a 14,043. I just got a 13,461. Now remember, we are doing combined score. This is what gets you the leaderboard. So my graphics score is significantly lower than it was before, 14,002. CPU score is okay. It's down about 200 points from my maximum. Like I said, I hurt my CPU, so I don't know if we're gonna get that any higher. But I was using two of the MSI, these are the Gaming X Trio cards, or custom PCBs and stuff. But the problem with these cards is Well, it's the problem with all 2080 Ti's, extremely power limited. So I was not able to get these BIOS hacked, to be honest, but it was easier to get some modded BIOS for the reference PCBs rather than having to go through the manufacturer themselves. Now we need to start playing around with our GPU overclock to see what we can do. I don't want to touch CPU. I don't want to touch CPU because I mean that's stable now. I spent hours upon hours last night just trying to get anywhere near 5 gigs again. Like I said, it's about 200 points below where I was in my last test. I'm afraid to touch it for the sake of stability. It's working. Leave it alone. It ain't broke. Don't fix. Actually, it is broke. I tried to fix, and that was the problem. So, all right, we're gonna go and overclock our GPUs just a tad. We're gonna start with core clock, and then we will see what we end up with. Now, the really observant out there in internet land probably noticed that we are not online. Our results, we don't want to upload our results as we're doing it test after test after test. We are basically offline, then we're going to save and upload, just like Steve does in his live stream. So we are going to do the best we can to get to that 14.367, maybe in a 14.368, and I'd be happy. And then we're going to upload that. But I want to talk about something and the difference between doing this on video versus doing this on live stream. You can snipe a live stream. You can watch and see what their settings are and go from there. By doing this in video, I can keep my settings secret. And I'm definitely going to do that because don't forget, Jay's a dickhole. All right, well, that's not the result we were hoping for. I actually lost a little bit of graphics score by going up a little bit on the core. I went 100 on the core clock. Here we go. Okay, that came up significantly, 14,481, but we're only getting a 13,831 combined score. I can't even match my own score. It's okay. He's Tech Jesus, I'm Tech Judas. We will get through this. Judas betrayed Jesus, if you didn't know. Okay, 14,122. So I beat my old score. I'm still about 210 points behind Steve. CPU score is extremely consistent, so that's good. It means my CPU is solid. GPU score has started coming up from 14,000 to 14,852. I think my highest before was a 14,884. So yeah, we're getting there. Oh my God, 14,321. What was Steve's? Steve's was 14,367, so I am 46 points behind him. Interestingly enough, look at my CPU score. That came up to 15,229, but my CPU dropped 10,705. That is, we're like whack-a-mole here right now. I didn't change anything on the CPU and suddenly it drops. So either something ran in the background or Windows updates, something, I don't know. We're fully updated. Okay, we beat him. 14,371 beats his 14,367. Interestingly enough, my CPU score came back up, but my GPU score dropped 100 points from our last test. So literally, this is like that scene in Fast and the Furious where Dom is driving that piece of crap in Havana, and it was like all falling apart in Cuba, and it was like on fire, and he was driving backwards. That's kind of what we're doing right now. I'm sorry, but this is 4 points. This is a 4-point lead. I don't think this is gonna hold up. His CPU score is an 11,422. I'm 11,063. So he's clearly got a commanding lead on the CPU score. His GPU score is a 15,053, and I'm 15,172. So we are both like right at the same level, but with two different weights, if that makes sense. So I don't think that's gonna hold up. If he can get any more speed out of his GPUs, this will lose. So I think I'm gonna go for broke. I'm gonna push it just a little bit more, just to get a little bit more of a lead. So we did it. We beat Steve. It was a long, arduous, hard path. 14,468. That is exactly 101 points higher than his score. Almost 300 points higher though on the GPU. And let me tell you what's kind of pissing me off about this. I'm comparing the results online. There it is right there, 99% better. I'm going to the Hall of Fame, and it's not updating. I think he broke this last night when he had his live stream, and he brought the site down, and for some reason it's not updating. It still has my old score, 14,043. But if you look, you can see his score, 14,367, is indeed lower than my 14,468. Valid score, that's all we care about. So as soon as the Hall of Fame cache updates, we will be first on the leaderboard again. It's just, I don't have the instant gratification of looking at it and seeing my name on there. Maybe one more, or 5 more F5s. Nope. Clearly, 3D Mark is biased. This reminds me of the old days of overclocking, where the guys were just like, come up with crazy non-conventional methods to cool their stuff, all the way to, you know, LN2 like now. And it took me this crazy contraption and all the cords on the floor. Show the floor over there, Phil. Look at this. This is not ideal, all these extension cords and stuff, because 1600 watt PSU. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go. Thanks for watching. Check us out on Twitter. Gamers Nexus, Paul, Kyle, you know, Bitwit, Paul's Hardware, myself, because we have this kind of a battle going, and it's actually quite entertaining. It's taking us back to like the old school methods of overclocking and duking it out. I don't know who's gonna win the ultimate battle out of us 4, but it's fun in the meantime. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. And I'm gonna keep pushing for higher scores until something breaks, and then I'll cry. One more refresh, come on, come on. God. I love you, Steve. It's your turn. Ball's in your court. Good luck. Dun 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 dun. You know, these tests take like 5 minutes. You gotta have something to entertain yourself. Dun 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 dun. Oh, wrong channel. There we go. Probably noticed that I'm gonna do that again because I was like, yes, dude.
Smart words, Jay.
Yes, dude. Did you guys know I basically did the voice acting for one of our videos when we go at the end?
Or the thermal paste.